defibrillators that will allow us to manually shock so that we could enter this program. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with the program, but we have those coming in. What else do we have we have, and it doesn't sound like it should be that big an issue, but it is. We have these chairs that can be used as wheelchairs, or can be used, it's got special feet on the back, so it can slide downstairs. Now, you don't think of that as being, very, very important, but you see some of these houses with these staircases, especially the old houses that are really steep, trying to get somebody injured, and they always are either in the bathroom or in their bed when something bad happens and you've got to get into tight places. And this piece of equipment allows us to get into these tight places and take care of the patients. And we also got new cots that are, I'm sorry to say, extremely expensive, but they're going to save our backs and helps our patients a lot. They're hydraulic and power-driven cots. And they also will hold up to 750 pounds, which in our society, people are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And our original cots could only hold about 300 pounds. Well, then we upgraded and we got up to 500 pounds, and then they told us, well, that's probably not big enough. So I'm glad it's power-driven, because I don't think I could lift my half of 700 pounds.
Right.
So, yes, and I am getting older and need new volunteers.
So, what advice would you give to someone who is trying out for the EMT service?
Oh, go for it. Go for it. Since I joined, and when I joined, it was totally volunteer. Now it's an occupation. People, most services are going to paramedics, IV tech services, and communities are being literally forced to have to pay for full-time people. And so it's become an occupation, and it's a rewarding occupation. I won't say it's a fun occupation, but I like the word rewarding. And so yes, and like if you join Lodi will pay for your education, will pay for your EMT, and most services do that. Some of them require a year's service. Lodi doesn't do that because we know that this is not cut out for everybody. But we do ask that if you don't make it through the class, if you find out it's just not for you, that you do pay back the class. But that's about the only thing that we ask for, and that's an asking. Because it is difficult. You don't know if you can handle this until you get into it.
So with that in mind, what would you say would be with the exception of saving lives and whatnot, what would you say is the most rewarding part about being EMT?
Well, the people you meet. I must admit, you get, how do I word this? Well, first of all, you have the adrenaline rush, and you become an adrenaline junkie. Okay, everybody does become an adrenaline junkie. I will be sitting in my chair and my knees will go, oh, ow, pain. I don't think I can even get up. The beeper goes off and I can leap tall buildings with a single bound. Okay, so you kind of enjoy that, okay? It's really nice not to feel pain for a little while, so it's really nice. But you also, as I must say, I am very blessed that people, you get to meet such neat people, and you meet people at their worst hour. And so therefore you really touch them. There are people who come wherever I am on the street and give me a hug, and I'll think, oh, I should know who this person is. But I've tunnel visioned into the call, and I've heard the people's voices, but I haven't really looked at their faces. Or in the grocery store, and somebody said, oh, I really appreciated what you did for Mom. And, you get addicted to that kind of stuff. And the notoriety, in my case, because I've been on so long, now the other EMTs don't have that. Everybody laughs at me that they'll give me an address. Oh, that's Mrs. So-and-so. This is her problem. This is what we should bring in. and they don't have that notoriety. But that's the thing. It's the people you meet, and it's also the feeling that you're really making a difference in the community.
Yeah.
I think of how much my husband and I probably helped, with a bunch of other people, save the community in money in the years of service that we gave.
Yeah.
And, we pay tax dollars too. If Lodi had to pay for full-time paid people to cover every day of the week, every hour of the day, it would be a fortune. Right now, Lodi is paying 2 full-time salaries, and they're paying me part-time. Because during the day, we have such a hard time getting people to cover.
Right.
Most of our people cover at night and on weekends. But it saves a lot of taxpayer dollars.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Linda, for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching this very first edition of WLHS's new talk show, What's Up With That? And thanks again to Senator Mark Miller for also joining us. I'm Brian Kohl, signing off and telling you to have a nice day.